Okay, so you know those best places to live lists that everyone's always talking about?
Uh-huh.
Well, Carmel, Indiana, it always seems to pop up on those.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And there's something happening right now that could really kind of impact its future in a big way. And that's a new residential development, a pretty big one.
That's right. Yeah, we're talking about a project from Edward Rose Properties,
Yeah.
and they're planning 360 new apartments
Oh, wow.
in 7 buildings right at the corner of Michigan Road and 99th Street.
Okay, so 360 apartments. That's a lot of new housing coming into Carmel.
It is, yeah.
7 buildings. We're talking 3 and 4 stories high, spread out over 22 acres.
That's a lot of space.
Yeah, it feels like a pretty significant change for that area.
Yeah, definitely.
So in this deep dive, what we really want to do is like get into the specifics,
Absolutely.
What's this project all about? Why is that location so important? And
Right.
and what could it mean for all of you listening, whether you're thinking about living in Carmel, maybe investing there, or even if you've got a business in the area.
Yeah, and it's really important to think about who's behind this, right? Edward Rose Properties, they're actually headquartered in Carmel.
Oh, okay.
So they're not some out-of-town developer. They really understand the local market,
That's good.
and they have a reputation for building really quality residential spaces.
That's good to know. Yeah, so we're not talking about, just some fly-by-night company coming in here.
Exactly.
This is somebody who's invested in Carmel.
Yeah, for the long haul.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the development itself. 360 apartments on 22 acres.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of space, it makes you think about, more than just the apartments themselves, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, when you hear numbers like that,
Yeah.
you immediately start thinking about lifestyle, community,
Yeah.
what makes a place livable, beyond just the apartment itself.
And Edward Rose properties, from what we've seen in the past, they do typically include amenities that, add to that whole experience.
Yeah, they do.
Like fitness centers, so you can work out, maybe some community spaces so people can hang out, and definitely some green areas to just kind of, relax and enjoy being outside.
Right, and if you look at a lot of these large-scale residential projects these days, parking is a big one.
Oh, yeah, gotta have parking.
You almost can't get away with not having enough parking these days.
Especially in a place like Carmel. Yeah.
And then walking paths.
Yeah.
People want to be able to walk around landscaped areas, enjoy the outdoors,
Right.
and then communal spaces. Yeah, those are really important for building a sense of community.
Yeah, so it's not just about coming home to your apartment and shutting the door, There's a
Yeah.
whole, like, kind of mini neighborhood feel to these developments.
Right, and they're catering to a lot of different types of people.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing these developments include things like co-working spaces
Oh, interesting.
for people who work remotely,
Yeah.
maybe even a little retail space,
Oh, wow.
a coffee shop or a dry cleaner, something right there in the development.
So it's almost like a little town within a town.
Almost, yeah. It's that kind of mixed-use concept.
So who do you think would be drawn to a place like this?
Well, you're going to have young professionals for sure.
Right.
People who want that easy commute into Indianapolis.
Yeah.
But they like the Carmel lifestyle.
Yeah.
They want the good schools, the nice parks, all of that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And then families, of course, Carmel Clay schools are top-notch.
Oh, yeah. Some of the best in the country.
Yeah, so families are definitely going to be drawn to that. And then you might even have retirees,
Oh, interesting.
people who are looking to downsize. Maybe they don't want the hassle of maintaining a big house anymore,
Right.
but they still want that comfort and convenience and all the amenities.
Yeah, it's like a lock and leave kind of lifestyle.
Exactly.
So a real mix of people potentially.
Yeah, and the mix of 3- and 4-story buildings probably means they're going to have a variety of different apartment sizes and layouts.
Right. So something for everyone.
Hopefully, yeah.
But of course, we should say, all the specific design details and the full list of amenities that hasn't been officially announced yet.
Right, yeah, we're still waiting on some of those finer details.
So if you're really interested in maybe getting an apartment in this development in 2025, keep an eye out for when they release more information.
Absolutely.
It's going to be interesting to see what they come up with.
Yeah, and this whole development really highlights a couple of key trends that we're seeing.
Okay, what are those?
First of all, the demand for housing in Carmel is really strong.
Makes sense.
It's a desirable place to live. People want to be there.
Yeah.
And then secondly, you've got these experienced developers like Edward Rose Properties. They have confidence in Carmel's growth.
Right.
They're willing to invest big money in a project like this.
Yeah, it's a big vote of confidence for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about the location for a minute.
All right.
Northwest corner of Michigan Road and 99th Street.
Prime real estate.
Yeah, they're calling it the gateway to everything that makes Carmel sought after.
It's a pretty great location.
Yeah, that's high praise. So what makes this particular spot, so desirable?
Well, think about it. Michigan Road or US 421,
Right.
it's a major north-south artery.
Okay.
It takes you straight into Indianapolis.
So you're talking like easy access to downtown.
Easy peasy, 20 minutes, you're downtown.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
So you get to live in Carmel, enjoy that suburban lifestyle,
Yeah.
peace and quiet, good schools.
Right.
But you're still close to all the action downtown, the jobs, the cultural scene, everything.
Yeah, the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
And it's not just about getting into Indianapolis, right? What else is around there?
Oh, tons of stuff. You got the Moon and Trail right there.
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal for a lot of people.
Huge for people who like to walk, bike, run, active lifestyles.
Yeah, and it's a nice way to connect with the community, too.
Absolutely. And then just a short drive away, you've got Clay Terrace.
Oh, yeah.
Upscale shopping, tons of different restaurants.
Yeah, so you got your everyday needs covered right there.
Pretty much.
Okay, so we've got connectivity, we've got lifestyle. What about the more practical stuff like jobs and schools?
Well, Carmel is home to a lot of big employers.
Yeah.
CNO Financial Group has their headquarters there.
Right.
And there's a growing number of tech companies and healthcare companies in the area.
So this location is pretty ideal for people who work in those fields.
Yeah, they could have a really short commute.
Makes sense. And of course, we have to mention the schools, right?
Carmel Clay Schools, top ranked in the state.
Yeah. Consistently top performing.
So if you've got kids, that's a huge draw.
Absolutely.
And don't forget about parks.
Oh, yeah, there are parks nearby too, right?
Yeah, West Park is really close.
Okay.
Playgrounds, walking trails, sports fields, all kinds of stuff.
So lots of opportunities to get outside and enjoy nature.
Yep, they've really got it all.
It sounds like a really well-rounded area, everything's right there.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Now, you mentioned earlier that the Carmel real estate market is red hot. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so home values in Carmel have gone up over 30% in the past 5 years.
Wow, that's a big jump.
It is.
Mm.
And the demand for rentals has been climbing too.
So people really want to live in Carmel, whether they're buying or renting.
Exactly.
So what do you think the impact of these 360 new apartments is going to be on the market?
Well, it's probably going to make things even more competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, you're adding that many new units. It's going to put upward pressure on rents.
Right.
And it could also drive up property values in the surrounding neighborhood.
Just because there's more demand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about Edward Rose properties themselves. We know they're based in Carmel, got a good reputation. What else should we know about them?
Well, they've been around for a long time. Decades, actually.
Okay.
And they have a big presence in the Midwest, especially in Indiana.
So they're not new to this.
Not at all.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. And they've built their reputation on quality. They really focus on building well-designed units and creating communities that people want to live in.
Yeah, you mentioned Lakes of Carmel earlier as an example of one of their successful developments.
That's a popular one.
So what can we learn from that project that might give us some clues about what to expect from this new one?
Well, Lakes of Carmel is known for its spacious apartments.
Okay.
They've got all those resort-style amenities,
Mm.
pools, fitness centers, clubhouses.
So they're really going for that luxury feel.
Yeah, they want people to feel like they're living in a resort.
And it sounds like they're really focused on making sure their residents are happy.
Oh, absolutely. Their whole mission is about creating spaces where people can thrive.
So it's more than just bricks and mortar.
Way more. They're trying to create a lifestyle.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a more holistic approach.
Okay, so beyond just providing housing, are there any other benefits that a project of this scale could bring to Carmel?
Oh, yeah, tons. But think about the construction jobs, first of all.
Right, all those construction workers.
That's a lot of jobs created right there.
Yeah.
And then once the apartments are filled, you're going to have all these new residents.
Spend money.
Exactly. They're going to be shopping at local businesses, dining out, using local services.
So it's an economic boost for the whole area.
Absolutely. It all trickles down.
So it sounds like Edward Rose Properties is a pretty solid choice for a project like this in Carmel.
Yeah, I think they're a good fit.
Okay, now our source material also mentions Cara Conde as someone who can help us understand the opportunities related to this development.
Oh, yeah, Cara, she's great.
So who is she and why is her expertise relevant here?
So Cara is a commercial real estate agent.
Okay, so she doesn't really deal with residential stuff.
No, she focuses on commercial properties,
Yeah.
Office spaces, retail spaces, industrial buildings, things like that.
Okay, so if I'm just looking to rent one of these new apartments, she's probably not the person to call.
Right. But if you're an investor or a business owner
Yeah.
and you're thinking about the bigger picture, she's your go-to person. She understands the Carmel market inside and out.
And she's got a lot of connections.
Oh, tons of connections. She
Oh,
knows everybody.
that's always helpful.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
all about who you know in this business.
So with a development like this coming in, she's probably seeing a lot of potential opportunities.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure she's got her eye on a few things.
Now, the material also mentions her personalized approach. What does that actually mean for someone who might work with her?
Well, it means she really listens to her clients.
Okay.
She takes the time to understand their specific needs and goals.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
No way she tailors her services to each individual client.
That's good.
And it's not just about finding a property. It's about helping them achieve their overall objectives.
So she's kind of like a real estate consultant almost.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. And it seems like her connection to the Carmel community is pretty strong too.
Oh, yeah. She's a
Yeah.
Filipino businesswoman. She's really embedded in the community.
How does that benefit her clients?
Well, it gives her a unique perspective. She understands the local dynamics. She knows the players. She can navigate the system.
So it's more than just knowing the real estate market, it's about knowing the community.
Exactly. It's all connected.
The article also mentions some of her credentials, like being a negotiation expert and a luxury home marketing specialist.
Yeah, she's got all the right qualifications.
And she uses a lot of digital technology in her work, too.
Oh, yeah. She's very tech savvy.
So how do all those skills and tools enhance her expertise in relation to a development like this?
Well, her negotiation skills are obviously crucial.
Right. When you're dealing with real estate, there's always negotiating going on.
Always. And her expertise in luxury marketing means she understands what attracts high-end buyers and renters.
Which is important in a place like Carmel.
Definitely. And her use of technology allows her to work more efficiently.
So she's able to find and analyze opportunities faster.
Exactly. She's always ahead of the curve.
Okay, let's move on to the People Also Ask section.
Okay.
This is where we get to some of the really practical questions that people have.
Right. The nitty-gritty details.
So the first question is about the timeline for this project.
Okay.
What do we know about that?
Well, unfortunately, there's no official timeline yet.
Okay, so nothing set in stone?
No. But if we look at similar projects,
Okay.
it usually takes a few years to get everything done. You
Yeah.
know, zoning permits, construction.
So we're probably looking at a few years before this is all finished.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, the next question is about the potential impact on property values.
Right.
What did we learn about that?
So new developments like this, they usually have a positive impact on property values.
Because they increase demand.
Exactly. More
Yeah.
people want to live in the area, so prices go up.
And Carmel has already been seeing pretty significant appreciation, right?
Yeah, 5-7% per year recently.
So this project could really add fuel to that fire?
It could definitely accelerate things.
Okay, the third question is pretty straightforward. Are these apartments going to be for rent or for sale?
Well, from what we know about Edward Rose properties,
Yeah.
they usually focus on rentals. So it's very likely that these units will be for lease.
So if you're looking to buy a place, this isn't it.
Probably not.
But if you're looking to rent, you might be in luck.
Yeah, keep an eye on this one.
Okay, the next question is about why someone might choose to work with Cara Conde specifically.
Okay.
So what are the main reasons?
Well, she's got years of experience in the Carmel market.
That's always good.
She's very client-focused.
Meaning?
She really takes the time to understand her clients' needs.
So it's not just about making a sale.
No, it's about building relationships and helping people achieve their goals.
And she's got expertise in both residential and commercial real estate.
That's right. So she can help a wide range of clients.
Very versatile.
Yeah, and her local connections are a big asset, too.
Especially in a place like Carmel.
Absolutely.
Okay, the next question is about potential amenities.
Okay.
What kind of things might we see at this new development?
Well, based on Edward Rose Properties' other projects,
Yeah.
and what's typical for these high-end developments, I think we can expect a fitness center.
Probably a pool too, right?
Oh, yeah, most likely. A pool, outdoor grilling areas, a clubhouse, maybe even some pet-friendly spaces.
So they're really going for that full service kind of experience.
Yeah, they want to make it a place where people can live, work, and play.
And they might even incorporate some green building practices.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Energy-efficient appliances, EV charging stations, things like that.
So it'll be a modern development in every sense of the word.
Absolutely.
Okay, last question. Is Carmel a good place to invest in real estate right now?
I would say so, yeah.
Right.
Well, the schools are great.
Right.
The job market is strong.
Growing all the time.
And the quality of life is high.
So people want to live there.
They do. And that drives up demand.
Which is good for investors.
Very good.
So it sounds like this new development is just one more sign that Carmel is a place to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely a city on the rise.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive on the Edward Rose Properties development at Michigan Road and 99th Street,
Yeah,
it's clear that this is a big deal for Carmel.
it's a major project.
360 new apartments, a lot of new residents, a lot of new economic activity.
It's going to change the landscape of that whole area.
It's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
And for anyone listening who's interested in the potential opportunities that might come out of this,
Yeah,
remember Cara Conde? She's the person to talk to.
she's the expert.
So as we sign off today,
Yeah.
I want you to think about this.
Okay.
How is a development of this scale going to shape the future of Carmel?
It's a big question.
It is.
Yeah.
And how is it going to impact the Michigan Road Corridor specifically?
Right.
What kind of new businesses might pop up?
Yeah.
What kind of community is going to develop around this new development?
It's exciting to think about.
It is. There are a lot of possibilities.
A lot of potential.
So that's something for all of us to ponder as we watch this project take shape.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive,
It's been a pleasure.
and we'll see you next time.
See you later.